Noticing the signs that someone close to you may secretly harbor negative feelings or even hate towards you. It's hard to imagine that someone you care about could feel this way. But it's important to be aware of these subtle cues. These signs, though not always obvious, can help you protect your peace and your energy. So, let's talk about it. First and foremost, one sign to watch for is a constant feeling of discomfort or unease when you're around them. This could be because they might give off a sense of negativity that you can't quite put your finger on. You might find yourself second-guessing everything you say or do around them, always wondering if you're doing something wrong. This tension is not something you should feel when you're with people who truly care about you. Another telltale sign is the way they react to your success or happiness. Someone who secretly dislikes you might feel threatened or jealous when you do well, instead of feeling happy for you. You may notice them downplaying your achievements, brushing them off, or even subtly criticizing your accomplishments. This type of behavior is hurtful, especially when it comes from someone who should be cheering you on. It can be a sign that they aren't truly supportive of your growth. Pay attention to how they treat you in public versus private. If someone behaves one way in front of others but shows a completely different side when it's just the two of you, this can be a huge red flag. In public, they might be overly friendly, yet when you're alone, they become dismissive, cold, or distant. This duality is often a sign of underlying negative emotions they're hiding. Another subtle, but powerful, indicator of someone's hidden feelings towards you is the way they communicate. Or, at times, fail to communicate with you. When someone secretly dislikes you, they may use sarcasm or passive-aggressive remarks as their way of addressing issues. It can sometimes feel like they're speaking to you in a way that's dismissive or even condescending. Their words may sting, leaving you feeling unsure of their intentions. This is especially true when they avoid addressing problems directly, instead letting things simmer under the surface. It's also important to recognize how often they make you feel bad about yourself. When someone is close to you but harbors negative feelings, they may subtly tear you down with comments about your appearance, choices, or even your personality. These might not always be overt insults but more often come disguised as constructive criticism. Pay attention to how you feel after being around them. If they often leave you feeling small or inadequate, it could be a sign that their feelings towards you are not as positive as you once thought. Sometimes, people who secretly hate you will stop making the effort to spend time with you. If someone constantly avoids spending time with you or cancels plans without a genuine reason, it can signal a deeper issue. They might not want to confront their true feelings, but their actions speak louder than words. It's important to notice how often you find yourself alone when you once would have had their company, as this can show their true level of commitment to the relationship. In contrast to being supportive, they may act indifferent or dismissive toward your needs. Someone who truly cares about you will show empathy and a desire to support you when you're struggling. However, someone who secretly dislikes you may ignore your emotions or even make you feel like your needs aren't important. When someone is close to you, but their response to your pain or challenges is cold, it can hurt more than you realize. A person who secretly dislikes you may also have a habit of triangulating. This means that they may try to pit you against others, either by gossiping or by creating tension between you and other people in your life. This type of manipulation can be difficult to recognize at first, but it's a sign that the person is not being open with you and might even be trying to isolate you or create doubt in your relationships with others. Another sign to watch for is a lack of genuine happiness when good things happen in your life. If someone close to you rarely expresses joy or excitement for your successes, even when they are big milestones, it may be an indication that they are secretly resenting your happiness. People who care about you will celebrate your wins with you, not dismiss them or act as if they're insignificant. If you notice that someone is constantly trying to one-up you in conversations or situations, it's another red flag. They may try to make everything you say seem less important or act like they always have a better experience, which subtly undermines you. This competitive nature might stem from jealousy or insecurity, which can sometimes manifest as resentment or even hatred. Their body language is another powerful clue. People's nonverbal cues often speak louder than their words. If you notice them rolling their eyes when you speak, crossing their arms, or avoiding eye contact when you're around, these can be signs of disdain. These actions often signal that they are feeling uncomfortable or irritated in your presence, which can be a sign of deeper negative emotions. If someone regularly cancels plans or becomes distant when things in your life are going well, this can show a lack of support for your happiness. They may have trouble dealing with your joy and might even feel threatened by it, leading them to distance themselves. This kind of behavior might be subtle at first, but over time, it can show a pattern of negativity. The way they react in situations that involve other people is often revealing. For instance, if you introduce a new idea or share a personal accomplishment, and they seem uninterested or fail to offer any positive feedback, it's a sign that their thoughts might not align with what you expect from someone who cares about you. Their silence or indifference can sometimes speak louder than any harsh words they could ever say. They may also dismiss your needs, particularly when you're in a moment of vulnerability. In healthy relationships, people look out for each other and offer support, but if they dismiss your emotions, make you feel silly for expressing your feelings, or even belittle what you're going through, this could indicate that they're not as invested in your well-being as you thought. This lack of empathy is not something you should ignore, as it's a clear sign of a disconnect that goes beyond mere differences of opinion. In more casual settings, such as group gatherings or social events, someone harboring negative feelings might try to exclude you or make you feel like you're not part of the group. Whether it's leaving you out of conversations or deliberately isolating you, these actions are intentional and often designed to make you feel less than or unimportant. This behavior can subtly chip away at your confidence and make you doubt your place in social circles. Pay attention to how they treat you when others are around. Do they make you feel like an outsider? Another aspect to watch out for is how they speak about other people when you're around. If they frequently gossip or talk poorly about others, it might mean they are doing the same about you when you're not present. People who harbor negative emotions often express their frustrations or judgments in private. And if they're saying hurtful things about others, there's a chance they may be saying similar things about you. It's also important to listen to your intuition. If you ever feel like something is off, even when nothing is explicitly wrong, trust that feeling. Intuition is a powerful guide that helps us sense when someone's intentions are not pure. If you have an ongoing feeling of unease in their presence, it could be your inner self recognizing the tension or negativity they carry. And finally, if you find that you're constantly giving more than you're receiving in the relationship, this imbalance can be a sign of hidden resentment. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, care, and effort. If you feel like you are always the one reaching out, supporting, or giving, and they don't seem to reciprocate, it can be a sign that the relationship isn't as balanced as it should be. Recognizing these signs can be uncomfortable, but it's an important part of protecting your peace and energy. It can also help you understand whether it's time to set boundaries or distance yourself from a toxic relationship. You deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift and support you, not those who secretly harbor negative feelings. Trust yourself, and trust your feelings. The energy people give off is powerful, and sometimes it speaks louder than their words. If you notice these signs, know that it's okay to step back and protect your well-being. Your peace is worth more than any toxic relationship. And it's always okay to prioritize your mental and emotional health.